Hey crew! Okay, since DMG tweeted out about 2 days ago to give Axion Bolts a shot, we've been testing them like crazy in all different content, PvE, PvP, Grandmasters, and hard mode dungeon, and the results have been absolutely insane. This is by far the best grenade build in the game now, and probably the best grenade build in PvP as well. Like, pretty crazy stuff, as you guys are seeing on screen what it can do. Now, the Seekers spawn in an 18-meter range, so no matter what, when you throw a grenade, if somebody is within 18 meters, it will track to them. This is PvE or PvP. Once the Seekers spawn and start tracking, they will track up to 45 meters. So in PvP, when a Guardian's running away, it will chase them for 45 meters, and also in PvE, if for some reason, you know, a hive is taken off across the map against you. We also have an infinite amount of these in PvE. We can literally just spam them like crazy. And then you can have about a 10-second cooldown on them in PvP with the right build. So you can get one like literally every 10 to 12 seconds in PvP. Now, the reason these are so good now is with the recent patch, Axion Bolts have a 90-second base duration cooldown. Every other Void Grenade in the game, every other Void Grenade for any other subclass, the lowest is 105 seconds. So when we max out our Discipline to 100 with the Axion Bolts, we can get one back in 35 seconds. That's 35 seconds flat with no extra things going on like Grenade Kickstart or Bomber or Well mods or anything. So just 35 seconds, you're going to have one up no matter what. This is not even counting our exotic yet. It got an increase in damage versus PvE combatants by 15%, increased bolt tracking search radius by 33%, increased bolt movement speed by 10%, and increased bolt travel distance by 15%. So a bunch of huge buffs across the board. If you have two Guardians running this together, it will one-shot another Guardian, right? Two of them, just overcharge it, throw it, one shot, done. As you're seeing in the clips in PvE, unlimited everything, basically, and I'm going to show a harder time in Grandmaster 2, how it works in harder content, basically. So, since we have the 100% uptime in PvE, and we can get close to 100% uptime in PvP, we want to take advantage of this as best as possible. So if you guys want a trials build, let me know. I'm going to play trials today and record some gameplay. And if you guys want to see that and how 3 Guardians can take advantage of this in PvP, yes, I know it sounds toxic, but we're going to do it anyways. If you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments and I will get that video set up for you guys. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you haven't joined the Discord, join up. You have access to all my builds, and all my builds in the future will be in there, from Witch Queen and dim links in there. So for the subclass, you have Bloom. Void ability kills cause enemies to explode. This is basically a built-in Firefly effect, but a little stronger. And if you're spawning 4 Seekers, you can have those 4 different areas that kill an enemy and cause the Bloom and just destroy everything. You have Chaos Accelerant, overcharge your grenade, making it deadlier and more effective. And then you have Entropic Pull, strike an enemy with this melee ability to drain your enemy's life force and use it to recharge your grenade, which we don't even take advantage of and use. Of course, we're using Axion Bolt. That's the grenade you want to be using, and that's the grenade that you see all the clips of in this video. Now, for easy content, like the Lost Sector that you saw here running, for easy content, you're going to run 3 Elemental Ordinances. Okay, so this is every time you defeat an enemy with a grenade, it spawns Elemental Wells. These are going to be Void Wells, and we only need that first Seeker to land and hit an enemy. So you could literally, you know, be 18 meters off. You could suck at throwing grenades and still get a kill with this. So you're going to spawn the wells off the first Seeker, but you can spawn 4 total Seekers if 4 enemies are close enough. We throw on Bountiful Wells to get a 4th mod to spawn off of this, or a 4th well, sorry. A 4th Void Well. So now 4 Void Wells are popping out of a 1 Seeker grenade kill. So that's easy to get. We have Seeking Wells on, so now these 4 wells come straight to us. And then we have double Ashes to Assets on our helmet to gain an insane amount of super energy very fast. And we also have Particle Deconstruction on our Bond for that extra damage when we run against a champion or anything harder that we need to kill. So this build is straight up for handling every single ad in Destiny 2. We're talking Grandmasters, Master Dungeon, and everything underneath that. Now for that harder content, for a Grandmaster content, you would swap out 2 Elemental Ordinances. So you drop 2 Elemental Ordinances. That means you only have 1 Elemental Ordinance on. You have Bountiful Wells and Seeking Wells. You put on Elemental Charge, so we become charged with light by picking up that Void Well, and Protective Light. So every time our shields break, we gain that resistance damage, which is awesome. So now you have basically a setup for easy content. You have a setup for hard content. And then you can also do a PvP setup. The main things for the PvP one that I'll just go over really quickly here with you is you can double stack bomber on your class item. So every time you drop a rift, you get literally like 30% of your grenade back. It is reduced in PvP because they put some of these mods a little lower, but it still helps. It's still extra energy, and all of that little bit helps. On your gauntlets, you could run double grenade kickstart. When your grenade energy is fully expended, you gain grenade energy. And then you want to be pairing this with the exotic Controverse holds. Now, Controverse holds is what makes this entire build really go, because in PvE or PvP, you're basically getting about half of your grenade back just when you overcharge it and throw it and your grenade tags an enemy. So basically, in PvP, as long as you're tagging an enemy, you're getting half of your grenade back between grenade kickstart and Controverse holds, which means you don't have to get any other kills, you don't have to do anything, just tag an enemy with it. And that means just get the grenade within 18 meters of somebody, which is pretty dang easy to do, especially in trials when everybody groups up and plays together as a team. So I want you guys to understand that, like, how easy this is if you're using Controverse holds. I tried it with a few other exotics. It's still good, but not as good. I tried it with Nezarec Sin, still very good. And I also tried it with Verity's Brow, and that's still good. But all of those require other type of stuff. Like Verity's Brow requires you to get kills with a void weapon. Why use that and get those kills with that void weapon when you can just instantly get the grenade energy back with Controverse hold? Like, it's so much better this way in both areas, PvE and PvP, because you're not reliant on getting a kill. You're just reliant on causing damage with that grenade. And with the right setup, right, you're popping out these 4 void wells every time that your first seeker hits an enemy, and those 4 void wells are seeking straight to you. You have an infinite amount of these in PvE, which is just crazy. And then in the Grandmaster that we were running, you literally might have to wait like 5 seconds for your grenade, because you overcharge it with grenade kickstart and throw it, and then you have spawned 2 void wells when it hits an enemy. Those 2 void wells seek to you, so you're literally about 5 seconds off from getting your grenade back with the Controverse hold perk. And then on top of that, you're becoming charged with light with elemental charge and protective light. So I can't stress enough how good this build is. Like, I hope you guys understand that. This is a grenade that you don't have to even hit an enemy with. You can be 18 meters away from an enemy and it will still create a seeker. It can be 18 meters away from 4 different enemies and it creates 4 different seekers and goes after them. So the builds with this are endless. You can also sub out 2 elemental ordinances and run Explosive Wellmaker and even Well of Life, because Explosive Wellmaker works with the second Void Seeker. The first Void Seeker will spawn Void Wells because of Elemental Wells, but a second Seeker will spawn and count as explosive damage. So the potential is just crazy with this build. So let me know if you guys want that PvP stuff and I will get it out to you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and I'm hoping you're having a good start to your new year.